Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. And that is a peacock feather on my chair. And what I'm hoping to do is snare a cat. They are in my office, stepping and walking on packing paper, eating feathers, and otherwise enjoying the evening after a afternoon long nap. All right, so yesterday was a bit of drama, wasn't it? We had a trade war with Colombia, and then we didn't. Matter resolved in the matter of hours. One person in a very snide comment on one of the posts I was reading said, "Wow, it's almost like you should have people to represent the government living in buildings in the country that you're having an argument with," otherwise known as diplomats in the State Department, to deal with these things. And that's pretty much it. In the end of the day, nothing really changed. I think what Colombia got was military flights would be kind of a last resort thing, and don't handcuff the people on them. And Trump basically got to run around shouting how Colombia, he bent Colombia to his will by threatening massive tariffs. Expect that to be the cudgel that he constantly uses. The other thing he's trying to set up, I was thinking about this last night, the other thing he's trying to set up is he wants people to comply in advance. You've heard that term before. It's what allows dictators to be dictators. When people stop resisting, they just comply in advance. So by trying to beat his chest and scream loudly about Colombia over minor stuff that are easily handled by diplomats on the telephone, he makes it all public, screams aloud and pounds his chest and makes it seem like he's the big man. Now, for many diplomats in countries around the world, he looks like a complete and utter buffoon. Why? Because this is just one of those non-important diplomatic matters that are easily settled between, diplomats of both countries. Ha 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 ha! It worked. L has fallen for the trap. So I will scoot over so you can get your cat fix while talking to you. But for Trump, it's all about optics. He doesn't care if he cares about the Colombians that he was removing because he wants to use the military. It's a show of force. It's a strongman move. And that's purely to appeal to the people who voted for him. He's going to start using the military more and more for ridiculous things like this that really don't, the military is not needed for this. But that's how he's going to roll. He's going to use the military basically as a prop. And he's going to bluster and threaten other countries, especially small countries, to doing his bidding under the threat of trade wars and look what I did to Colombia and I'll do that to you too type of mindset. When new management comes into companies or even new officers come to lead battalions or other commands, often what they do is they make a few small changes, easy changes to comply with, because they want to get people used to listening to their orders. And I think I got this from Bo of the Fifth Column. And once you get them pointed in the right direction, following these small orders, that's when you can start giving bigger and bigger orders and not meet up with the resistance. So, he's using that tactic. Okay. But I want to look at the world energy as leaders look at Trump and if they are going to comply in advance or are they going to continue to resist? Because right now what I've seen from a lot of leaders is sarcasm. They're making fun of him. They're dismissing him. They are they're ridiculing him for his behaviors. and as well he should be, because he's acting ridiculously. He is not acting like a powerful leader of the most powerful country in the world. He's acting like a petulant child. So, world leader energy as they view Donald Trump and Donald Trump's America. I think the EU has this summarized the best. Foundation card is the Seven of Cups. Taking the good, the bad, the integrity. I like the integrity version of it. It's, with Donald Trump, you get the good and the bad. I mean, you can buy anything you want as long as you throw a bunch of money at him. But I think it's more than that. They know what the U.S. is supposed to be. They know what diplomats are supposed to do. And to capitulate to him early is not in the cards for them. Oh, dear God. These are two horrible cards. This is challenged by the Seven of Swords. Trump does have the ability to steal the oxygen out of the room and steal the narratives. Basically, it's the threatening that I'm going to take away all this support from you if you don't do what I tell you to do. Underneath it all is the Tower. I do believe, though, that other nations understand that every time Donald Trump threatens to do this, he is undermining the power of the statement. In other words, the more you go out there and claim you're going to throw tariffs, the less scary it is, even if he does it. Because after a while, if you tariff every country in the world because they don't do what you want them to do and stamp your feet while you're doing it, then you're only hurting yourself in the long run. Because guess what? All these other countries, they can trade with each other and cut out the U.S. And then the U.S. economy suffers greatly for something like that. So I think there might be a plan on their place to stay the course. Trump has pulled the U.S. out of agreements. He's pulled them out of treaties. He's pulled them out of accords. No other country does this. The U.S. didn't used to do this. The only time the U.S. seems to do it is when Trump's involved. So they know who the problem is. Biden worked hard to reestablish everything that Trump broke, and Trump is going to break it twice as fast as he did before. Current situation is Knight of Cups. You're going to get some leaders reaching out to him, trying to placate him a little bit. Maybe they'll be the last ones to get tariffs put on them. But this could also just be other countries are now working with each other to circumvent this. And that's kind of the vibe I get with this. There's a certain amount of smugness with Europeans involving Trump in the U.S. Like, go ahead, do it. Do it. Well, I will. We'll do it. Just do it. I will. Yeah, just do it. We told you to do it. It's kind of when you start baiting Trump like that, you cause him to doubt himself just a bit. He will never let you know he's doubting himself. But, when somebody else feels like they've got the better end of the deal, that's what triggers Trump. When they're sitting there thinking, yeah, we got the good deal. Yeah, sure. We have an agreement. Yeah, we're good with this. And then he's wondering, oh, what did I miss? I must not have asked for enough. Which is why he always reneges on deals at the tail end of it. He literally is the guy that's going to negotiate the $100,000 car, and he's worked down the price, he's worked down the financing, he's worked out the prepaid maintenance, and then just as he's ready to sign the bottom line, he says he won't sign it unless you throw in floor mats. He's willing to flush $100,000 car purchase because he feels like the dealer should throw in a set of $200 floor mats. And he'll walk. After spending all that time, he would walk rather than leave and not get his floor mats. And he just looks ridiculous for that. Your time's worth something, but his time isn't because he bankrupts up everything. He's just ridiculous. How interesting. The lesson to be learned is the chariot. Yeah, so they have agreements. Go ahead. They know what he's going to do. They can predict it. Trump is nothing if not... His unpredictability can be made predictable. Hey, I have like this vision of AI predicting Trump's craziness. There's a whole big AI story today going on with an app that does for free what ChatGPT charges $20 a month for, and it just with like outdated chips and stuff like that, it absolutely crushed the tech sector in the markets today. Trump can spin out of control when you don't give him what he wants. And you'll spin him out of control when you sit there and act like you've got something that he doesn't know about. That drives him bananas. Outcome is going to be the emperor. In some ways, regardless, and maybe the EU understands this with the integrity card, they can reach out to Trump, but at the end of the day, they have to be comfortable with their own decisions. That's what the integrity is for. Because they cannot control Trump. Nobody controls Trump. He's out of control. He's the mad king. And if basically Captain Ahab, he will take the whole ship down with him hunting the white whale. He will take America and drive it right off the cliff. You can imagine Europe, while they don't want that to happen, what a relief it would be for them to not have to deal with American exceptionalism. You know? There are way too many loud and proud people in this country. America. And if you're not one of those people, they don't know they are. That's the difference. If you're wondering if you're one of those people, chances are you're not. Let me ask you, do you have a jacked up truck with mud tires on it, even though you never take it off road? You fly American flags off the back of it. The windows are tinted with limo tint. There might be a shotgun rack on there because reasons. And, you got your Second Amendment stickers, bumper stickers on the back. And, a don't tread on me sticker. You know what I mean. Screaming about how America's the greatest country ever. And there's not an ounce of self-reflection in a bit of it. Okay. What's next for the world with Trump? How will the world collective deal with him? Just a little four-carder to wrap this up, okay? Don't need to ruin your breakfast, your coffee that much. How will the world deal with Trump? The Lover's card. I don't think that means they're coming together with Trump. I think they're coming together outside of it. This is going to, in some ways, there's nothing like a common enemy to bring the world together. The funny little guy with the funny little mustache in 1939 kind of proved that, right? Financial agreements, trade, getting rid of tariffs and opening up trade. You've got the EU. That's the whole point of the EU, is to do stuff like that. They don't want to deal with tyrants, petty tyrants, 2-bit tyrants. Even 2-bit tyrants that run the wealthiest country in the world, they don't need to deal with him. It's funny because there are plenty of oligarchs that you can deal with. So, the oligarchs are going to have a say in this as well. The oligarchs do control Trump to a degree. Again, I just said there with the chariot card, nobody controls Trump, and that is absolutely true. But oligarchs have a bit more sway with him because he's swayed by the money. So you can control Trump by controlling the oligarchs and the money that's coming through there. You can also control Trump by cutting him out, excluding him, by going around and working with oligarchs and doing your own free trade. What are you going to do? You either have to deal with this guy, or not deal with them. And in some ways, the Queen of Swords says you do have to deal with them to a point, because the U.S. is a large, influential country. As the saying goes, when the U.S. sneezes, the whole world catches a cold type of thing. So they'll do what they can to minimize his impact, but I don't think they can fully get away from the guy and the craziness. This one man's craziness is impacting the whole world. It's amazing. You think of what difference can one man make? Man, oh man, this guy is giving us a master course in just how much difference one man can make in the goings on in the world. He just has to be in the right spot. All right, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.